One of Git's best features is the working directory. It's your workbench, keeping track of any file modification that you're making as you're working through a feature. The problem is there's only one, and that means we've all seen this type of error before that blocks us from swapping branches, working on something else while we've got a bunch of stuff in progress. To pause in progress work and context switch to a different branch, Git requires us to either stash everything to clear our workspace or commit all that unfinished work in a throwaway commit, do something else, and then undo that commit later. Both workflows clear up our working directory, but both add friction. And if you're context switching a lot or running multiple AI agents in parallel, that friction can compound faster than you think. But what if you just had another one? Another working directory so that you could just leave any of that in-progress work right where it is, start working on something else from a clean slate, and then easily come back to all that in-progress work later, exactly where you left it. Well, that's a worktree. It's just a new workspace independent of anything you've already got going on. In addition to its own working directory, each worktree has a copy of the project files. But importantly, all the worktrees in your project share the same commit tree, repository, and history. That means there's very little friction when it comes to things like staging, committing, merging changes between worktrees. You can use the same Git commands you already know. Speaking of commands, let's just jump into it and learn as we go. So right now, I'm working on a lot of stuff, and I can't easily switch to work on something else. Maybe I have to fix a production bug. So what I'm going to do, let's do git worktree add, followed by a name and a branch. In this case, I'll use hotfix as the name, and I'll use main as the branch, since I want to start my hotfix worktree from whatever is currently deployed to production, which happens to be the tip of main. And the cool thing is that this is only one of 3 total worktree commands that you need to know, and they're all pretty much this simple. If I look over here at my terminal prompt after running that command, I have a success message, but nothing seems to have happened. But if I list the context of my project directory, I now have a new folder called hotfix. And if I navigate into that folder and list its contents, you can see I have a copy of all my project files as they appear at the tip of the main branch, and minus any in-progress work that I have going on. So behind the scenes, that worktree add command just created a new folder called hotfix, and then it just duplicated all my project files into it. This folder is a worktree. Worktrees are just folders. If I run a quick git status, I also have a clean working directory ready to go. So from here, we need to take a second to understand the Git mechanism that is making this all possible. So let me just pull this project up in my IDE because we all don't use Git through the terminal all the time. And there it is. There's our hotfix worktree. That's just another folder on disk. If I expand it, I see my project files. Cool. The secret is that each worktree folder has its own .git file, this one right here. But if I open it up, all that's inside it is just a pointer back to the main Git folder. No duplicated history, no duplicated objects, none of that. That's why creating a worktree is instant. Git is only copying project files, not your entire project history. It's another reason why you might want to use worktrees instead of cloning if you need to work on multiple things simultaneously. Things are now probably starting to make sense because mental models beat memorization. So if you want that full mental model of Git beyond just worktrees, you should probably check out learngit.io. It's linked below. Now, one constraint that you need to know about worktrees is that you can't have the same branch checked out in 2 worktrees at the same time. So right now, I have the main branch in my hotfix worktree and the nav branch in my default worktree. So if I try to switch to that nav branch, you can see Git won't let me. When a worktree has a branch checked out, that branch is locked to that particular worktree. And that makes sense. If you're working on the same branch at the same time in the same workspace, it's going to be a big mess. So let's get on back to our terminal here. And the thing that surprises most people, including me when I first learned about this, is to switch worktrees, you just need to navigate into that worktrees folder. Your default worktree is always at the root of your project. So let's say I just navigate back up into my parent directory, and that's it. There's no git worktree switch command. I just navigated to that folder, and now I'm in that worktree. You can see when I landed back in my default worktree, Git automatically swapped me onto the branch I already had checked out the last time I accessed that worktree. Editing files, staging, committing, it all works exactly as you'd expect inside a worktree. There's nothing new to learn. So if I were to go back into my hotfix worktree, the first thing I would do is create a new branch for my hotfix. If I add some files, they are automatically tracked inside that worktree's working directory. Same thing if I edited or deleted any files. Commits go to whatever branch is checked out, just like you'd expect. If I do a quick git add and git commit, you can see my new commit pops on top of the hotfix branch. Now, because all my worktrees share the same history, that commit is universally available. That means I could create another worktree, swap to it, and merge that hotfix commit from that worktree. Again, there's no new commands. This just works. A couple more housekeeping commands here. Git worktree list shows all of your worktrees, their location on disk, plus what branch is checked out into each one. So as you can see, I'm rocking those 3 worktrees, my default one, the hotfix worktree, and then the throwaway one I just made to demo that merge. Git branch is another helpful command. The plus sign indicates that a branch is already active and locked by a worktree, and that asterisk marks whatever branch you're currently on. When you're done with the worktree, just run git worktree removed followed by the name of that worktree. So we'll remove my hotfix and my temp throwaway worktree. This is going to clean up that directory, remove those duplicated project files. It's also going to clear that worktree's head pointer, and it's going to free up whatever branch it had checked out. Any commits, changes to history, they're all going to stay in your Git repository. So we've been a little all over the place with this explanation. So let's take a second to stitch everything together with a simple practical example. So as you can see, I'm mid-feature, and let's say I need to pull in and test one of my teammates' pull requests. So I'll do a quick git fetch and then git worktree add. I'll do a testing worktree followed by Sam's feature. Let's say that's the branch that my coworker was working on. This checks out their branch in a new worktree in my workspace. Now that I'm inside that clean workspace, I can test their code, run whatever tests I need to run, knowing that I'm starting from a clean working spot. Then when I'm done, I just move back into my default worktree, run git worktree remove, Sam's PR, and that cleans everything up. That's it. That's just 2 dead simple commands, no stashing, no half-committed work left behind, and I'm right back where I left off, back to work. And when you look at a cheat sheet for all of these worktree commands, it kind of looks incomplete with just these 3 really simple commands. And that's the thing about worktrees, is that they're really just magic folders. Just navigate in, navigate out, create, remove them. All these fancy tech YouTubers with all their worktree jargon, they can come fight. Thanks for watching. You should really check out learngit.io. It's really good. Okay, bye.